Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start.
Okay.
You're giving me a look, Brantley.
I am.
It's a weird look.
They can't see it.
Hello and welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch. The show where we imagine movies that we have no intention of seeing based purely on their bizarre IMDb descriptions.
Because that's fun and unfair to the creators.
I'm Albert Berg.
I'm Brantley Heed.
And let's dig right into it. Our first movie, Brantley, is called Evil Speak. All one word, from 1981.
That's a cool title.
It is kind of a cool title.
I'm picturing like a book of evil words, or like there's an evil language that makes horrible things happen.
I'm not going to lie. I know what's in this one, and there is a version of this story that is actually pretty rad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does it involve murdering hobos?
No, it does not.
Aw.
Stop referencing the previous episode.
Fine.
They're not listening to that right this second. That was a whole week ago for them.
Okay.
Let's dig right into this one. The clumsy military cadet Stanley Coopersmith is orphan and completely outcast in the West Andover Academy.
Is this a Stanley Kubrick like biopic?
No, not Kubrick, Coopersmith.
Oh, that's so different.
Was Stanley Kubrick an orphan and completely outcast in the West Andover Academy?
That would explain a lot about his movies.
He is frequently abused and humiliated by 4 despicable mates. I don't know what the word mates means here. Is he polyamorous in this?
What country is this take place in?
It looks like, I cannot see that from this page. I'll have to open up a new link. A new tab, Brantley. A whole new tab.
A whole
fantastic web page to see. That the meter on that didn't really work.
No.
Very sorry.
I was trying to go with a whole new place to Google or something like that.
Well, yours was probably better, but I was singing louder.
Yeah,
so
it
louder. Doesn't say. It says the release date is for the USA, but legitimately, the use of the word mates makes me think that it's probably from England, or the person who wrote this was from England.
Yeah, English or Australian.
Or from Brazil. Actually, I will tell you this, according to IMDb, this description was written by Claudio Carvalho from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Sadly, that is the best accent he's ever done.
It is. And don't expect it to be reduplicated.
Reduplicated?
So he's already been abused and humiliated by 4 despicable mates. Whatever that word means.
Shipmates. Sailors. Literal sailors come up and get him up. They're pirates now.
The
Right?
SS West Andover. The only floating orphan academy in the world.
See, this is the world where there's too many orphans because the war. And so they have to ship
They're
them
just
all.
like these giant rafts of ships that
There's
are all...
like...
They just send them out to sea. You're going to sea, but it's just like floating together. And they send them out on these little planks, and then they all come together, and like their planks float together into a big orphan island.
And it skips forward like a couple of decades, and they're just like, there's people growing up on this giant floating island.
Exactly.
And they just don't really remember the outside world.
And they call that island West Andover Academy. And he has a bad treatment from his teachers, the coach, the colonel. They just throw that in. Like, I understand that. Okay, it's an academy on a ship, but still
In the ocean.
he has teachers.
Orphans.
I can accept the coach even. Why is there a colonel? Is he in charge of the ship?
Yeah.
Well, he should. No, he's not an admiral. Colonels would be under admirals. I don't know if colonel is a Navy designation though. Do they have colonels in the Navy? They do in the Orphan Navy, Brantley.
The Orphan
Trick
Navy.
question.
This isn't necessarily U.S. because they use mates.
That's true. His
Yeah.
shipmates, as we said, and even from the local reverend. He's a local reverend.
Oh.
He's from around the floating island.
He chose to go with them.
Maybe, again, it's a ship,
Yeah.
right? And there are reverends, the Orphan Navy, I think, would have a reverend, just like any other Navy would. You have your
I
Navy
love the
chaplain.
insistent term of Orphan Navy. It just conjures so much about this world.
When Coopersmith finds a book of black mass that belonged to the evil medieval Father Esteban. And let's unpack that before we get to the final part of the sentence. Because
Father Esteban. I hear
is that
Spanish
a name I'm
guitars.
supposed to know? I'm actually going to Google that now.
Every time I hear that, there better be Spanish guitars in that movie. Father Esteban. when you read from the book, you hear it in a very like thick Spanish accent.
Maybe. What is this? The Hunterpedia?
He should be played by Antonio Banderas.
I feel like I'm in a not real Wikipedia page. On the day of Nathaniel Arcady's execution, Father Esteban was gifted by God with second sight and able to see demons using the bodies of men like puppets. Enraged, he took up arms against these creatures like a holy Templar, with the others imbued, purged Ashcroft Penitentiary of the evil within. No idea what that's about.
I want to see that movie.
That's not from IMDb. That's from the hunter.wikia.com/wiki/father_Esteban_Cortez.
Go to Wikipedia.
There wasn't a link to Wikipedia. I just Googled Father Esteban. There's a Wikipedia page. Okay, Esteban Tapas. It doesn't say anything about him being crazy.
And having second sight from God and murdering demon-possessed corpses.
Yes, it does not. I'm gonna go with the guy who is murdering.
Because that's awesome.
Corpses. So he finds a book of black mass.
That's the war that resulted in the Orphan Fleet.
Could be.
He caused the zombie apocalypse, or he fought the zombie apocalypse.
I like the idea that there's a book of the black mass. What is a black mass? Is that what the dark matter I've been hearing so much about? Or was Father Esteban? Maybe they're not. Maybe Father Esteban's character in the Orphan Navy world, the Navyverse, if you will, is everyone's father. Like that's why they're all orphans, because he died.
I like to think that to fight the zombie demon apocalypse, he had to turn the dark arts himself.
Okay.
And this is the book of the stuff that was too dangerous for him to use, and he just hid it away, and it accidentally wound up on one of the ships.
Okay.
And now Stanley found it.
Well, you're going to love this final line here. So he has this book of the Black Mass that belonged to the evil medieval Father Esteban.
Mm-hmm.
He uses a computer to conjure Satan and revenge his harassers. Which I just love that final phrase, by the way. I will revenge my harassers.
I want to think that he phrases that to Satan and saying like, is that the right context for those words? He stops. He prevents stops everything for a good 20 minutes while he tries to figure out the exact terminology he's trying to use. Like, is that good English? I don't know. I don't naturally speak English.
Satan's got that lawyer thing going on, right? He's always like looking to make a deal.
Mm.
You know, he's always wheeling and dealing and like looking for souls, and he always has a little tricksy back door. I think he's like sitting there thinking about like, is this a trick? Is this legit? I don't know for sure if I could take this offer or not. Don't give me.
I want revenge against those people who have annoyed me.
You think he's confused about being conjured out of a computer? He's like, dude, everybody gets candles and weird books, and you're like, I've got my laptop.
If it's possible, this can't be the first time.
Well, I mean, there has to be a first time at some point, right?
I mean, yeah, but like that's one thing I don't understand. Like, why do all rituals have to be super ancient to work? Because at one point, those weren't new.
There are some really cool stories. I'm trying to think of the author's name, I'm coming up blank, so I won't continue trying to think about it. But there are some sort of like using lasers and computers and math and stuff to sort of manipulate the spirit world, which are very cool, and I like to see that spin on it. But I'm still imagining, because this is the Navyverse,
right?
With all the Orphan Navy, I'm imagining this computer sort of cobbled together out of pieces and things that were found floating from the world that was before Father Esteban went nuclear on it with his sword of God.
And, to kill the zombies.
Yes. And possibly, like he was trying to shut Satan up in this book, and then he didn't, it was gonna, like, it would have been fine, but he didn't understand that computers would come along and somebody could crack the code. And this kid who's been abused by his mates his whole time.
I'm picturing now it's binary.
It's just zeros and ones.
It's like Sanskrit binary all the way through. It's like, this is the same thing. I wonder what that does if you put it in a computer. And then, Satan!
He's like, nobody thought to try that before.
I am freed from the book. I will grant you one wish. Punish those who have annoyed me.
Revenge my harassers. I don't know what that means, dude.
What does that mean? Just, if some guys were jerks to me, could you make their lives literally a living hell? Yes.
This is what I do.
This is my job.
I do want to know, in the context of this movie for real, like, what happens here? What action, besides, I mean, Satan should just take them to hell instantly, right?
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't make good for a good movie.
No, it doesn't.
Unless he only gets the book at the last, 20 minutes.
Or is Satan just, like depowered Satan? Just like,
maybe because he's been locked in the book.
I would imagine he's probably put back pretty far by Father Esteban's holy war. that created the Orphan Navy.
Yeah.
So maybe he's pretty weak.
I'm picturing like because he's depowered, he has to like work his way up because that helps work for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So he like stalks them and just like gives them like visions, and they think they're going insane, and then he does the kill.
Oh, that's good. And that's how like real ghosts do it too, right?
Yeah.
Like you got in a ghost movie, the ghost doesn't ever just come out and be like, "I'm a ghost," stab, and then kills the
Except
people.
in Ghostbusters, without the murder.
Okay.
Like Slimer is just attacking people all over the place.
Is he? It's been a long time since I saw that movie, and I don't fully understand Slimer as he applies to that universe. Like, why didn't they bust him? Why has he not been busted?
He was busted.
And then they just like kept him like
in the show. He's like their sidekick for reasons because he's the most iconic ghost because he's that big fat green blob that slimed like his name.
I am not a Ghostbusters
Bill Murray.
aficionado.
Slime Bill Murray. Anyways, back to Father Esteban and the Holy War.
Well, that's it. That's the end, right? He conjures Satan and revenges his harassers. I don't know what else happens. I'd like
he
to
wins.
Think, well, yeah. Does Satan win here?
Satan
does he
and
become the new
he and the kid because Satan's depowered. He makes the deal with the kid where they rule together, and Satan's going to betray him when he's strong enough.
Obviously,
but for now, the kid's like, I am now king of Orphan Island.
He is, yeah. He's the king of all of this
because he has
Navy.
The best backer, and
they're going to
Satan.
come back to the mainland and
where
take
they're finally starting to win the war, but now he's backed by Satan.
And it really turns out that like they were all harassed by their enemies, and they are going to like all the orphans collectively are going to revenge their harassers.
Yeah.
At the fight, like you can see the Orphan Navy sailing back to land with their like, Satan swords out.
Yes,
and they're puppeteered by the demons that Father Esteban saw originally.
And you just have Stanley like standing overall with a great shot at picturing Stanley and Satan conquer the world.
This movie sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does.
I was originally just intrigued by the computer conjure Satan, but
now they conquer the planet.
Now they conquer the planet, and they're all orphans. Bam! It's like Neverland, but on Earth.
Yeah, that's probably how
he's like the awful Peter Pan.
So Peter Pan.
Yes, essentially. We're moving on to The Video Dead from 1987.
Of course it is.
And okay, so this first sentence I just love. It's this great, wonderful package of all these stupid things. An unlabeled crate from an unknown source is delivered.
It's the Covenant.
To the house to a house in the woods.
So this is a sequel to the first Indiana Jones.
Bum ba-dum bum bum ba-dum. He just retired.
No, it's like they accidentally they were moving
we
the
have
crate of the
top
Covenant
men on it, and then he gets a call.
we were trying to ship it and we lost it, and
Amazon Prime didn't have the right address on file.
Yeah.
We didn't check beforehand.
We kind of need you to go find it. I'm an archaeologist. I can't follow packages. You're the best we have. And then he has to team up.
I know
with
nothing
James
about the
Bond.
postal system. Don't you understand? Well, what is up with this house in the woods, though? First of all, every horror movie takes place in a house in the woods
or in an orphan.
Nobody lives in a city.
White Noise was in a city.
Yeah, and
White Noise 2 at least. I don't see the first one.
Also, well, I mean, zombie movies take place in the city because you got to have a lot of people around. I'm talking about
Except for the first one.
Home invasion. Like a home invasion movie never takes place in an apartment complex. I mean, it's cool, I guess, that they live in a house in the woods. The thing never explains where this crate comes from.
What's in the crate?
Well, let's continue on with the delivery process, Tony.
Once an episode, folks.
The delivery process must be completed. The homeowner unwisely accepts the delivery. I don't know why it's unwise.
So now the description is judging the movie and the characters in it.
Yeah, it is.
I just want you guys to know I've seen this movie. I have to talk about it. It's bad, and these guys are dumb.
Why did he accept it? He didn't know. This giant box showed up, and he was like, whatever. One of the kids got the credit card again. I don't feel like we should judge his motives here. I think this is unfair. However, he only to discover it contains a TV set that starts spewing giggling zombies all over the place.
This movie just got awesome.
They're not
not cackling, not growling.
giggling. It's like the lamest Ring sequel ever.
I love the term spewing, so it's like 8 of them come out of the mouth. And they're just on the ground. Ha ha! Just giggling, rolling around, trying to bite them, but they're laughing too hard. And it's adorable.
Oh, wait. Okay, so this next sentence. I don't understand what happened. There's missing information because we start with the spewing zombies all over the place giggling, And then when a new family moves into the now abandoned house,
Oh, so they all died.
I guess, was it one of those sort of like opening montage? I don't know why as a writer, it makes me wonder, why couldn't they have just delivered the television set to the new family or had them come to the house? Like, why do we need to see the delivery process? The whole first half of this paragraph is hung up on this thing getting delivered.
You know that the movie with the red button?
Yep.
Maybe it's kind of like that, where at the end, it spews the giggling zombies and they kill the family, and they drag them into the TV.
Okay.
And then like a new family gets there, freaks out, and they ship it away. And that's just how it propagates itself with more zombies.
Well, no, because they come to the abandoned house. The son discovers now they're saying it's a haunted television. Which,
well, I mean, it's got some giggling zombies in there.
Haunted suggests ghost to me, not produces physical like zombies that also giggle all the time. I mean,
what is with that?
The ring girl.
What is with the giggling? Why is that important? Why is that there? Why do you feel that's needed to be known? Maybe
they're like clown zombies. Maybe that's their thing. Like, maybe it's like a weird laugh. So the son discovers the haunted television and is soon told what he needs to do to send the zombies back where they belong.
By who? The delivery man? Is he still there? He's like, hey, leaning against the wall. Is like, are you leaning against our new house? Yeah, and just, you'll need me in a little bit. Just go inside. It's like, there's zombies in there. Yeah, I delivered it to the family. They're dead now.
There was a lot of giggling for some reason.
Why is there giggling in the basement? Oh, don't go down there.
Knowing and by the way, we're not told what he has to do. Knowing and doing, however, are two very different things. And the zombies are not likely to go quietly.
No, they're going to giggle the whole time.
Yes, I was going to say because they giggle.
Yeah, we get that. Thank you. Description thing. This movie's dumb.
This movie doesn't sound great.
This is one of those movies, it's The Grudge, where it looks super dumb. I know I'm going to hate it, and then I'm going to try to watch it, and then I'm going to want to punch it in the face. I really wish I could punch The Grudge in the face.
Because this is from 1987, I do enjoy imagining this as a proto-Ring. Yeah. Like some Japanese guy saw this, and he's like, this is terrifying.
Have you read about the Ring books?
No, they're books?
It's based on a book series.
Okay.
It's far more messed up.
I mean, it wasn't that in the American movie. It's just dumb. It's like, we got this girl and she was weird. That's it.
Yeah, in the book she's a hermaphrodite.
Okay.
First off, which doesn't impact the plot at all. She just is.
Well, she could be in the Ring movies. They don't have a scene where anybody inspects her genitalia. So
that'd be creepy.
Yes, I'm just saying.
And then there's like this thing about a virus, and then the computer is involved, and she's psychic, and she's dead and not dead at the same time, and it gets involved. It's like 5 books, and it gets the same.
That makes more sense than just she could affect magnetic things, and that's why there's tapes.
Yeah.
Maybe now she's in the computers.
I think that happens.
Next up, and finally for this episode, we have a lovely movie from 1986.
Wasn't the last one 1986?
No, the last one was 1987.
Oh.
We're going backwards. We started out with 1981, jump forward 1987. So
we're just all over the 80s today.
We are all over the 80s. And this one's called Chopping Mall, which I don't know if you've noticed, that sounds very similar to the modern American phenomenon of shopping mall. You see if they've done a pun there.
Oh, yeah?
Brantley, is what's happened.
My first thought was Day of the Dead, where they're in the mall and there's zombies.
Well, let's read and find out. A group of teenagers. It's always a group of teenagers.
It's that, or it's a modern American family, so white people. Or it's like
that's why Candyman's so revolutionary.
It's like 3 best friends on a road trip, maybe 3, most likely 2, but maybe 3. That's why I like the first one so much. It's just orphans on a boat, a lot of boats, but a boat.
Maybe these are
zombies.
Orphan teenagers. We haven't got that far. That work at the mall. All get together.
Oh, it's 16, only as a horror movie.
What is that?
16 is a animated series about 16s that are 16, and they work at the mall. And that's it. They never leave the mall at all, ever.
Is this like Phineas and Ferb?
Kind of.
Where, like, it's always summer?
Kind of.
You assume that other states of time exist, but you don't actually see them?
Except for that one Christmas episode.
Well, no. Okay.
Yeah.
You never see them in school.
Yeah, no.
They all get together for a late-night party in one of the stores. Just one of them. When the mall goes on lockdown before they can get out.
What was their plan?
They were going to party in the mall.
We're going to party at the mall at night.
Right. You can see that.
That's when it closes.
Mm-hmm. They have access.
So, did they get there before it closed, plan like, all right, when everyone leaves, we'll party. They party, and it's like, Guys, they locked the doors. Oh no! We're trapped. The fat one's in the food court eating food. Doesn't care.
Well, so let me finish the sentence because it does get better and worse at the same time. When the mall goes on lockdown before they can get out, the robot security system activates.
Oh, so it's a future movie.
After a I think maybe after a malfunction and goes on a killing spree. In my mind,
it's a RoboCop sequel.
No. Five Nights at Freddy's prequel.
They're making a movie of that, and I'm excited.
Okay, but seriously, like this is Five Nights at Freddy's.
When does this take place?
When does it take place?
When was it made?
Oh, 1986.
That's in line.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Or have we discovered the key that unlocks Five Nights at Freddy's? It's all been shopping mall this whole time. It's like, guys, I dropped 800 hints.
Because the restaurant opens like 1987, I think. 86, 87, because that's when the bite is.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay, well, officially now, this is a prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't know anything about the Freddyverse. If that's even what it's called that in this episode. The robot system, and it legitimately does not say what time period this is set in. I assume sci-fi, but maybe it's just like a really nice mall that has a robot security system.
I mean, that's how Five Nights at Freddy's is. It's the 80s and so on, but they just happen to have animatronics that have facial recognition technology and can walk around at night.
Obviously.
And bite people's faces off.
And they go on a killing spree.
Yeah.
One by one, the three bots. There's three bots. There's not like unlimited. Like I'm imagining again 3 different individual, like very distinctive robots.
Freddie, Chica, and Bonnie.
Is there only 3 in the series?
Well, there's also Foxy, but he's perpetually broken.
Okay.
Yeah. Freddie is the bear. Chica's a chicken.
I'm almost abandoning the comedy parts of this entirely. I'm just like imagining that this is actually Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
The beginning. What?
There's dead kids that possess the robots.
Are there?
These are the kids.
Oh,
Yes.
is that from the beginning? Like they got killed by the robots? Okay. Okay. So continuing on, one by one, the 3 bots try to rid them all of and this is in quotes and capitalized, intruders. I don't know if that's a reference to anything or if by the way, this is written by Lindsay Wilhite of her. You know what? I'm not going to read out her address in case this goes viral, quote unquote.
Yeah, right.
But you can go on IMDb and see who wrote this. The only weapons the kids can use are the supplies in the other stores.
Well, yeah. That's the whole point of having him in the mall in the first place.
It's Home Alone, but they're not at home and they're not alone.
That's again going back to Day of the Dead, whichever one, I don't know, the one in the mall. The whole point of setting it in a mall, and then the commentary about consumerism in that movie, is you have so much stuff to play with. That's why, like, Dead Rising's so much fun, because you can go into a sporting goods shop, get a paddle, and beat a zombie in the face. Or get a giant Lego mask and put it on its head and watch it wander around like an idiot. That's amazing to do. You have so many things to do, and they're not going to utilize it well.
I have to call out Lindsay Wilhite again, by the way, who has written this last sentence that makes no sense. So the previous sentence is, the only weapons the kids can use are the supplies in the other store, followed by, or, ellipsis, if they can make it out till morning when the mall opens back up.
I get what they were going for there.
I get what they're going for, but it makes no actual logical sense.
If you
as
put
a
this
sentence.
together, it's like, wait, what?
I feel like there was a sentence that she deleted and just didn't bother to make.
Again, Five Nights at Freddy had to wait till dawn to leave.
Right, yeah. Like once the mall opens back up, the robot shut down.
Mm-hmm.
It makes perfect sense. We've cracked the code. It is Chopping Mall. That's like we're gonna get to the end of the Freddyverse, whatever. I don't know if there's gonna be a final game. It'll just like fade into this movie poster that's just Chopping Mall, and everybody's gonna be like, "What is that?" And everybody's gonna come and find this IMDb page, and their minds will be blown. And we broke the scoop right here on Too Weird Didn't Watch. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I've got. Thanks for listening, guys.
All right.
I'm Albert Berg.
I'm Brantley Heaton.
And we'll be back next week with more of this nonsense.
Bye, guys.